Yes, I. Greetings back to Black. Greetings. Welcome. Hey, what? Auntie Mommy in front of the class, boy.
Blessed, they all are here. All your 30 seconds are in and are soaking. So they're drying off, are coming in. All they jump into it, open forum, welcome Black to Black. Blessings, everybody.
Yeah. You on there, you done? You might go? Yeah, well, yeah, so another Tuesday. We are above ground, you know what I mean? Give thanks for life.
Give thanks for life.
Give thanks for the health and the strength to be able to celebrate it the way we come to do. Right? Today's open forum. We really had a topic.
I wouldn't say that we have a topic. We didn't have a topic, but what we want to do next, we're waiting for we visitor to be available now.
Yeah,
the next guest to be available.
Yeah.
So we just say, we are sit down today, especially after our Highness last week episode with Uncle Crazy. That was next level thing.
Correct.
Right? Say big ups to the Emancipation Support Committee, in the community with Israel beat people when we feel they do something good now.
Mm-hmm.
So big up to them for still putting on African fashion show in Trinidad and Tobago. I don't know that properly. I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
Right? We have some amazingly talented designers here.
Yeah.
And I could speak for myself, and in somebody shushuing it is here. A big part of the problem in Trinidad is never the talent, is always the support. A big part of the problem, right? They say that it will be shown on TTT. When it does, I hope that most people get to tune in and see, because as I say before, we are supremely talented here. I personally know people who turn away from crafting and things like that simply because they can't live off it.
Yeah.
Excellent craft work, excellent products, but people ain't buying it. We're going to buy a Chinese version or a plastic version. Yeah, that's the reality, right? And then when we look at it from a governmental scale, where something that it really peeved me when the man was doing the coconut art around Mr. Savannah.
Yeah.
And you're going and move him because he's not supposed to be selling there. So I want to say it out front that I'm condoning breaking what is the law, even though some of them laws is ass. Right? But at the same time, the man had artwork that could be used buy all the man artwork from him.
Yeah.
And load it up in all the lobbies of all these government buildings.
Correct.
That's how we support art. That's how we support local art here.
Correct.
And that is not something impractical. All of them are what I tell them my grandfather. So one of the other skills that my grandfather had is my grandfather wrote a few plays for Best Village. And in my lifetime, I remember my grandfather come play. And I don't know if Mommy on it. Say Mommy on it. Mommy blessed day. I remember Grandpa quarreling that a stage could be decorated with more than plants and lights. Is always that now. Right? But he said that because he was extremely creative. But we have these people here. I mean, look at Euclid.
Yeah.
Look at Euclid. For me, anything African that need designing, first person I have to call is Euclid and the Ankh. First people to call is Euclid and the Ankh. That's the name of your business.
Yeah.
Shani husband, the Ankh, A-N-K-H. Right? So we have to do more, even the people that tune in to Black. Let we make this a lifestyle. Let we don't make this just a talk, Tune in on a Tuesday, listen, maybe other comment. Let we make it a lifestyle where we actually going out and look for. You understand? Because let me tell you what I see, and these are big ups to you, my brother. I remember coming here, and you not on that black thing, to actually seeing you actively looking for a black-owned business to go and spend your money. And one of them that is really stand out to me is the hardware room.
Yeah.
So much so you and the people get good.
Evelyn and them, yeah.
You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah, I tell young same. Last time I went, I said, "Dan, what's going on, boy? Yeah, you're making me go elsewhere because every time I come now,
For certain
for
things.
certain thing, you don't have it now.
Yeah.
You know, but he explained to me COVID hit him a little hard lash and thing, and he's still trying to recover from it.
Yeah. That's
So
a
because
reason.
of that, I say, you know what? I will make it my business to continue to go.
Yeah.
Because at the end of the day, he didn't have to share that with me.
But that next thing too, Karen, you bring up another valid point there that
Mm-hmm.
we already talk about.
Mm-hmm.
Some of us businesses and some of our lives, not even for those of us who don't have businesses but working,
Mm-hmm.
take a real dread hit that, let me say, a year and something later, school open back. I just counted done when school open back. School open back April 2022.
Mm-hmm.
So 2 years later, some of us still in recovery now.
Yeah.
Businesses and people with, jobs and things. There are some people who get less money. I mean, look at the situation with the radio station. You notice we hear nothing about it again. We ain't hearing where's the deal made, because we know a deal make.
Well, the better stay. The man say you can pay off. You get monthly something to pay.
Right.
But then you ask
So it's so nice for them, right?
Mm-hmm.
So somebody asked a question. I can't remember if it was Omari.
Mm-hmm.
Ashby. What is the difference with he making a payment plan and you're not taking all he things on them to make up the money,
Mm-hmm.
and people in AGC places?
Hmm.
Because you remember we had seen the news, first thing, so someone make a disclaimer, I'm not supporting not paying rent.
Right.
I is one of them people and them that want a house or a nice apartment from the government now, but I don't want it as in you give me it. I paying for it. I just trying to escape the red tape now. The 15 years and 20 years wait. I still work with a lady that gets she after she done build she house them call she 20, I think it's 27 years later. Right? But why people out here telling you the outside, the news cameras, they all the goods outside and telling you we went down there with a piece of money and willing to make a payment plan, and they're selling them no. But this big businessman getting to make a payment plan and I'm moving on them. So Anthony, we say them have a law for the rich, and them have a law for the poor.
I feel the difference is the amount of times, because the amount of times they would have written the tenants on them and tell them,
Aaron, that can be the excuse here. I'm gonna tell you why. I'll just stop that one time because somebody else said it. You do rake up $34 million in debt to something like that.
No, but the difference is
in 6 months.
No, but the difference is in Trinidad, the authority responsible for that, them don't enforce them things. Meaning that them don't write on both sides. They don't write.
I have a problem with that.
But that's what I'm saying.
Serious problem.
So we can't use the same. It's not the same stroke here now, because the difference is if the enforcement was taking place, meaning that Inland Revenue was writing him and saying, "Hey, big man, what's going on," and you wasn't responding. That's a different story. But remember, them now decide to try to crack down on this.
Karen, let me take it from another angle now. When you was working for a company, that 3 taxes, when you're over a certain amount of money as a salary, there are 3 things coming out of your salary. What is the name?
Health surcharge, PAYE, income tax.
NIS.
NIS, right.
Right. And while most of us don't check it religiously, when we scan and we pay a slip, we just see it.
Right.
But the flip side to that, as an employer, you have a contribution to make for the NIS and the health surcharge.
Right.
Right? And the bigger business, you might have other things too, right? That was not being paid.
Exactly, but that's what I'm saying to you, because the reality is...
So but that's my point now. So besides them not sending it to you, you not doing it.
That's what I mean. But remember, the responsibility is a twofold, even though he's not paying it or not, whether he's not paying it or not. Nobody's standing up waiting to see if it come in. You understand? Because Inland NIS, health surcharge, them people, they're not walking around outside here Unless,
walk around king, but
unless,
so that alone is to say how backward we
but that's what I'm saying.
systems and
System
them
is.
to just check. You're supposed to have people up. Swag it. Same thing. Okay, yeah, up to mark. We can get payment for more since 2020. Contact information. But you ain't calling one by one. You make a list.
Yeah.
I'll tell you, it has certain things.
No, but remember the list too is that, remember, he get blast. It talk about the businesses that might be thing too that in get blast, you know.
Mobby.
You understand? Because the reality is, he is who he is, and he Marshall Elcon. You know what I mean? So the powers that be, and then remember, you had that money war taking place above there too, with who is who and the who's who controlling powers and deciding that them say, boy, yeah, what's going on? This man makes so much money. We own the papers, you know, and we get a S that he ain't pay. You understand? And decide to put that on blast. I don't feel Inland Revenue went to the news and tell the news, hey, it is really going to it.
But we know that
because remember he asked the staff to take a pay cut so that he could pay tax.
Somebody they self-movie.
Correct. So it's a whistle that blow, and he end up in trouble. You understand, man? But the real thing is, look, Bambi say a double that they
I know that that's all. Right, I see. We see who won. Mommy online, Sheldon online, Mendoza, Mortel online. Mendoza say, all you know, the open forum does be when
we invite me.
Well, they're close by, man.
Yeah, because they swing anyway.
Mrs. Heinman inside.
Yeah, man.
Doing Davison inside. See you are Davison watches. Blessed day king.
Yeah.
Right. The Aquino inside.
Yeah.
The thing is, in Trinidad and Tobago, and I guess it's a worldwide thing. There's certain people and businesses and organizations, we feel like we can't talk about them. Don't mind as black people, just look down on we are shit. And while it might have plenty of people afraid to admit that, I just be optimistic, to say the least, because you know how I feel in these days about this whole thing. To hear people this morning talking about how there are certain sectors of this country crime do affect, because most everything that they need within the area, and wherever they don't need, they go outside of the country for it, or they order it here now. So they don't have no reason to pass the lighthouse or go in any of them places and things. This is now where it fall back on us. So like, if it's not affecting them and it affecting us, why something not being done by us? I see that a peace march recently. I didn't follow it up, but I like them initiatives simply because people coming out.
Yeah.
You know? But is it that the people that causing all the bacchanal much more powerful than we realize, boy? Because we communities right now in real tatters, boy.
Yeah.
And it's like, again, you're afraid to talk about it. You can't question a man. A man in studying well, children can't play. You know, a big part of your growing up and learning and things is play, boy.
Yeah.
Like I hear our parents say yesterday, again, thing to keep me optimistic. It's time for them to let out them children and them more in the school. They sit down in that class
too long. Yeah. Yeah, because plenty parents noticing the differences in the children now too. Like that little situation I show you there. Since you gave me the camera and I put that in my daughter's hand. You know what I'm struggling with right now? Trying to get she to balance that responsibility to doing your schoolwork and also immersing yourself into something that you fall in love with. You understand? And I don't want to come down and say, hey, rest down that. Because I could be putting a spoke in a wheel. You understand? And I don't want to do that now. So I just take it for a couple of days and then she know, hey,
you
miss it a little bit. Also, I reduce the amount of free time you had because I'm about to tell you, we give them a little extra play.
No, you get more.
You get play.
Yeah.
Right?
Oh,
But within
yeah,
your
right,
but
right.
within your play now, you're overdoing it.
Yeah.
You understand? So I cut it back down. Not totally off, but I cut it back down because the thing about it with this parenting thing, brother, is it has certain children you could count on that them going and do what they had to do, and you don't have to worry. But then it had the children, you have to be behind them, you have to be over them, you have to be walking behind them with a big stick. Because if you don't do that, they're not going and do what they're supposed to do. You understand? And that's all I trying to get my children to understand. You know what I mean? So, and it's not me alone going through it.
The thing is, I mean, and we get it from my parents. Some of the things that I say to my child now, I'll be fighting. Karen, I literally be fighting. After I don't say, I can't take it. I'll be fighting the whole back. I laugh. Because some of them things, the same thing my son tell me.
Yeah.
It's the same thing Bola tell me.
Yeah.
It's the same thing Grandpa tell me. You understand?
But now you understand it.
Yeah. So now my big, I wouldn't say headache, but thought process is how do I get that across to her? That she understand it and not just see me as a bother at this age. Because going back to the get the children them more outside airtime. It come out because I watching when my daughter come down the stairs nearly every evening. They kind of droopy and kind of awareness when they reach by me and I hug you up and I kiss you up, you kind of thing up. So I just yesterday evening I asked her, I said, hey daughter, why when you come? And I said, well, you know, I'll be a little tired, and the teachers and them, and this is not a no way form or fashion to bash teachers, because always do an amazing job. And also know, just like in plenty of other jobs, they're just following orders now. But it's time to find some kind of way to change that curriculum where it don't require children to be sitting and trying to stay still on. You know my biggest complaint with my daughter, Karen?
What?
You stay still now, girl.
Yeah, but the hard part about that is Tuh King, is that the food we had and the food them have is two different set of food, eh?
Hey, Miguel inside blessings, chef.
Oh,
you know, you ain't getting away from me with that.
Yeah. The food, it's plenty more sugar in the food.
Karen, you hear me quarrel about this when school open.
Yeah.
And it's still a problem, you know. And the only reason I'm going to tell you, it does bother me every time I have to go in the cafeteria. The only reason that I go forward right now, because my daughter is hardly spend money in school. I give her a snack sometimes, which is not a sweet thing, and fruits. And she don't know she get in trouble if you come without your fruits. And your friends just talk. Anybody come and tell me they see you me a fruit, you'll get dealt with in school. Right? You go in the cafeteria, nothing healthy to sell in the cafeteria. And these people making excuses for that and saying, but all the children don't buy it. We like, oh, have a beautiful situation here where there's a rule that you cannot leave the school compound during school hours.
So you have to eat
so you can't come outside and go by the shops and them around.
Yeah.
You could only eat what the cafeteria said.
Yeah.
Laziness, and there's a set of older people running it now. The first thing they will say is you're disrespectful. But Bambi in the chat here, I tell Bambi more than once over the years, I tell you this more than once over the years. It has certain things that have no nice way to say it.
Yeah.
You would have experienced that in talking to me and showing me certain things.
Yeah.
You ain't trying to be mean,
yeah.
You ain't trying, but certain things you can't talk about nicely.
Yeah.
There's one of them situations because all them going and see is that I interfering with the bread.
Yeah.
And I'm not interfering with your bread because these 700 children still don't have nowhere else to go.
Yeah.
All I'm saying to you is buy some fruits and have a one set of snack, one set of you watch me now. Yesterday evening, a youth man come in my daughter class, eh? He had 3 I line it have a certain bread manufacturer in Trinidad because they realize like people dissatisfied with the product. Real plenty of the products don't come with the original name again.
Yeah, they're trying all kind of
things. True. So
true, right?
Yeah. So yeah, this little snack I think is one of them snack from them countries where you can't understand the language.
Yeah.
When I read it is real. But he buy 3. It's a kind of Danish or something. So he buy 3. And I'm saying to you is like, you comfortable getting these children and them all these things. Watch when I see the long thing there's look like a tongue, but with about 6 different colors on it. And sugar over the whole thing. These is the kind of things they're selling in there, boy.
Yeah. Well, look, Tatiana now say something there. Hi. Welcome, Tatiana.
Tatiana, blessed day.
It's not just the sugars, but some of these companies actually add in additional chemicals to make it addictive. Case in point, the red and white sea drink.
Yeah.
Right? And many others. And she ain't lie, because King, it has certain cereals now. That one give thanks because they see the same social media that they're trying to program me with. Giving a lot of information.
Yeah.
Right? And it is going to it's working against them in a way, because it's awakening a lot of people. It has certain countries that some of these cereals that we be eating ban. Certain snacks ban. And when you go and you read the box, King.
No, but that would have went in with, we don't understand the box, the labels.
Oh, well, now I go and take the word.
Right, and
Google put it in Google. I want to know where is that.
I find an old man on Instagram. I think I'm selling for you, or you send one for me too. You well customer, so that I can already share it in a certain way. He's standing up. Somebody will go behind him legally. By this thing and tell you, this is effing poison. This and then now he's just saying that now.
Yeah.
He's starting to call out some of the
names,
the chemicals in it now. Yeah. Like something had to be wrong in this world where you could do that.
Yeah.
And be comfortable.
But the thing is, it going further now with this idiot who decide that he want the man putting nanotechnology in the food to enhance the flavor.
Who's that?
The gate. Yeah.
The door open.
The door open. You understand? He decided that because remember, a big part of eating is population control. And he going after the food. That is why it had the GMOs, it had the what was the name of the company? Boy, I forget the name of the company now. Monsanto. You understand? Where them was buying up land and shutting down farmers to be able to produce the crop. And you cannot plant the crop.
Yeah. The crop's genetically engineered to not what is it? How do you want to describe it, boy? The seeds don't grow.
Yeah.
So you have to buy it from them all the time.
And that is a mad scene. Hormonal enhancement, correct? Yeah, Motel, that is what we're talking about. But the force had to come from home because I watch it with my smallest too, where I tell my wife, hey, make that cereal disappear. I don't care how much you like it. You understand? And when she make it disappear, you better he was eating the next one though, because it didn't have nothing else to eat. You understand? And what we put in front of them is what they will eat. You understand? It has certain foods. My children not eating no Lucky Charms and them thing, partner. Because when you sit down and you really contemplate what's going on, them thing have coloring, and some of the colorings in these foods have the children and them tripping. All this ADHD and this autism. I saw a video recently where they were saying that Alzheimer's is an overload of sugar in the brain. ADHD is a overload of sugar in I can't remember which part of the body it is for the children. It have a couple of things, but it's really the overload in sugar now. So it is imperative that we reduce the amount of sugar we eating. You understand? I don't eat no set of sugar. I love chocolate. I swear to all you. Right? But I just take a little piece. If the chocolate big so, I will eat this for the day. You understand? Because balance is important to me too. Because I make up my mind that I am not going to overdo now. You see, the overdoing is where the problem is coming. The overdoing is where the problem is coming. Right, welcome to the show.
Everybody blessed day. We're wrong there.
Yeah, and it's not no big set of rain, no two seconds of rain.
The way, the ferocity in which the rain come down there, boy.
But we need it, the place crispy, boy.
Again, it has certain things we just talk, and people just use the term, conspiracy theory, and it's not conspiracy theory, it's the fact that you just never dive into that kind of thing, looking at things now.
Yeah.
Right? What is the when you say population control, right?
Mm-hmm.
Who is you to determine that the world overpopulated?
Hmm.
What
Right.
make you come to that conclusion?
Hmm.
And what you doing about it?
Yeah.
Now, again, they like to say the world overpopulated.
Mm-hmm.
But I tell them we ain't conquer that.
Mm-hmm.
You still have major parts and major places. I mean, according to them things them say, Texas could hold, Texas big enough to hold everybody in America. But then there's the reason why people is living in certain parts of America, not others, is because it have a mountain peak.
Yeah.
That is block a certain kind of breeze and rain from coming to bring water now.
Right.
But we have a man that the West Villainite turn him into a total demon from Africa
Gaddafi.
that bring water
We
to
had
others.
man.
You
Yeah.
understand? So again, all them things is excuses.
Yeah.
I tell them the same man that telling me the world overpopulated and we need population control
Mm.
can feed me or give me medicine.
Correct.
You understand? It's simple
But
as that.
that same man has shares in the pharmaceuticals.
Right?
So you know why? So as I told my friend yesterday, because she working for a pharmaceutical company and she was explaining that she find, well, not she, but the company say sales down, right? And she's saying it's because people don't have money. And I said, no. I said, what is happening now is a lot of people moving back to nature, especially locally, people seeking out the herbs. You understand? To figure out what is what and what is what. Where you need to use for asthma, where you use. I look at talking to the fruits man this morning. He tell me he have a cough. I ask him, I say, so what happened? The knows about pick. I say, you use a fruits man. He said, but I really studied that, you know. So you know what you going to man do? Get this about pick, crush it, take a teaspoon.
And the next thing I had to buy back
I need a plant.
I had to buy back a small mortar and pestle. Yeah. Remember I was looking for chandelier recently.
Mm-hmm. And you get it?
I get it, but the hunt was on in such a way that real people,
You ain't
I
finding
surprised.
that down on the sun.
Not just in finance, I was surprised at the people that didn't know what it is.
Well, yeah.
I was real surprised at that, but you know,
Yeah.
and we never write down certain things now.
Yeah.
So when we had
COVID.
Akisha and she husband here,
Mm-hmm.
and they was talking about her doing certain things,
Mm-hmm.
I was real glad to hear that,
Yeah.
because they writing down and making lists
Mm-hmm.
of them thing too. We need some of that, because I might need something for a cough or this, you understand?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Mortal say they manufacturing GMO fruits with seeds. Yeah, I tell you, it's a thing.
I don't want no seedless fruits, partner. Now some of them coming with seed, but me don't want no seed. No seedless. I don't want no seedless
It's a
fruits.
thing that it biogenetically engineered
Mm-hmm.
so that certain insects wouldn't even go by it.
Yeah. And then remember, they're going for the bees. They're trying to kill off the bees. Because once the bees go, it's full control, you know.
Here my ultimate conspiracy theory.
Mm-hmm.
Call me whatever. And tell me what the thing about it, men like Sheldon and Mortel and Tatiana and Bambi and Dwayne and, well, Bambi is Miguel and thing, you know, Aquino. As over 20 years now, I do believe that Earth is the only space with life on it.
All right.
And I'm looking at these so-called billionaires' actions, and it leads me to think that if Earth is the only place with life on it, and you is a billionaire that have the heirs of world leaders,
Mm-hmm.
won't you get in the heirs to stop certain conflicts,
Mm-hmm.
improve healthcare? We had to talk about that too, where I hear the city minister of health here talking about charging for certain things now in the hospital. You hear that?
No, I didn't hear
Right, yeah. Right. Not the minister of health, the minister of finance. You know, you don't like nobody.
that. Yeah.
Right? But if you're a billionaire,
Mm-hmm.
means you have access to the best medical treatment and all them things.
Mm-hmm.
So that means your lifespan more than likely longer than the average person, right?
Yeah.
Why not use your influence to improve Earth? Because all you're claiming, according to all your religious doctrines, all your science and thing, Earth is the only place with life on it.
Mm-hmm.
But all the billionaires spending money to
Go in space.
go in space.
Follow the
understand?
money.
Follow the money.
Follow
Like
the money.
it makes no sense that here is the only place with life.
Mm-hmm.
But all they're doing things to go there, they say the car one spelling hundreds of millions of dollars on failed tests. I don't believe them tests are never failures.
Mm-hmm.
I think that's just to warm up people to the notion these people done outside the atmosphere doing what they have to do and thing already.
Mm-hmm.
It don't make no sense.
Yeah.
You understand? If I had enough, you have enough money to barricade a certain way or buy a certain type of food because them food you realize we are not about no health, you will do that.
Mm-hmm.
Or you have the influence to do and say things to make this place a better place or potentially make this place a better place. You studying to genetically modify foods.
Mm-hmm. You want to blanket the earth with internet and it's free.
I tell them, I say, Ole, I will never. You see that?
Yeah.
Call me Ole one boy, but them people and them done outside of the atmosphere, living and doing what they have to do. That's why they're not concerned about inside the dome.
Mm-hmm.
And I ain't saying that because I want to clarify that people don't feel I believe the earth flat, right? Or inside with the atmosphere now, right? Because it makes no sense.
Yeah.
You live in here, you want to see another world war? Where you can just jump on a jet and travel and go anywhere again?
No.
Nah, that's because them have more. Motels say they are putting fishing nets over the trees now, so the bees can't get to the flowers to pollinate it, and that's how they are getting some of the seedless fruits.
But where's the point in them thing, brother? What we doing?
Look at next thing Motels say here again. I ain't even want to go down that road today, no. Motels say what? Remember, not every hand, foot, and face we see are humans.
Oh.
Remember, I always tell all that now. Two things that I say. I do not accept that Earth is the only place with life.
Mm-hmm.
And as well as
humans are the only life.
Humans is not the only
intelligent life
in the world is called the galaxy.
Mm-hmm.
And there are certain people, if always call them human, is not human, they can't classify me with them. It's simple as that. If them people and them is classified as human beings, me is not human. Right? Mortal say not every daily news we read is accurate. But we know that I always remember St. Anne's.
Yeah, pinch of salt.
Had a song that called Editor-in-Chief.
Editor-in-Chief, yeah.
You understand? If you still allow the news to decide your point of views, is an idiot. A lot of people find that was harsh. But that's just the reality of what we're living in. Right? There plenty things. And of course, I realize now it really easy because you're covered by as a journalist under a company and thing. Talk shit about you. And then apologize after we didn't get the information correct. But it don't stain your character already.
Yep.
You understand?
Yep.
A very real good example of that.
A lawsuit country, so.
Not just a lawsuit, even if the lawsuit come and you win king, a woman accuse you of rape and a newspaper run with that. Even if all the police do is hold you for questioning and then realize it's not true, people still watching it different. As I said today, the most popular way that it is get rid of people is go after the character.
Yeah.
Because you don't want to hear nothing from me. I can't come and talk no sense to you again if you hear that a woman accused me of rape. But you don't want to hear me. That is just the reality. I'd always look at it. Where's Michael Jackson's legacy?
Yeah. Interfere no children.
All the great music he made, the barriers he break. Michael Jackson was the greatest, or the most, I wouldn't say greatest, the most popular celebrity the earth has ever seen. But what is this stain on he thing?
Pedophilia.
You understand? Yeah. Even though the biggest case that they had against him, the boy recants, they just hardly ever talk about that.
Yeah.
The boy say his parents forced him to say
To
that.
say that, yeah. And it never wipe.
No!
Not even alcohol taken off that. No bleach. No bleach, no blue soap, boy. Licks.
And Miguel say, these foods don't taste the same. When cooking some of these foods, most of the GMO foods cook way faster and have little to no nutrition.
Mm-hmm.
Again, so we are saying just now about
The fruits.
pharmaceuticals now.
Oh, yeah.
Again, what it go also cause is some of us to go back to we backyard. Because mommy online here, I just always tell people this. I had hated gardening when I was growing up.
Mm-hmm.
I understand the importance of it today.
Mm-hmm.
But the gardening time is when I come from school. But when I come from school, it's time to play basketball.
Mm-hmm.
And you calling me to go and clean between plants. I don't want to do that. I want to sweat. I had literally hated gardening. Now today, I know how important that is.
Yeah.
But I also tell people I pick my own tomato that I plant. I pick more peas and corn.
Mm-hmm.
We plant real peas and corn. Cassava.
Yeah, I grow cassava already.
Yeah, I pick all of that now. Thing that I plant and I see about now.
Mm-hmm.
You know, mommy say, there are some parts of the world that are underpopulated. Plenty of the world underpopulated, you know.
But the whole world underpopulated. It's not no way in no country that they could go, even in the smallest islands like St. Lucia and St. Vincent and
There's only one place.
The majority of people concentrated in one area. Right? And when you go far reaches, you will find two little Rastaman. You understand? Two little hermit, two little spinster, whatever you want to call them. Them rocking and them good.
I say that I drive, you go Princestown and drive through Princestown and see all this land in Trinidad that you're driving for miles and it's only land with thing to eat on it. I mean, like, or plant to
plants, yeah.
Like, yo, what look at them in the place overpopulated,
them
boy.
Kicks, boy.
But you know what they wanted to stay so, and we continue consuming as opposed to us going in them land, taking a 2 lot of land, build a house, accommodate with family, and then farm the rest.
But no, but that's what they're doing. They're buying up the land.
They can't deal with that because then we will spend again. Remember, there's always said the world only have one problem, and I agreed.
Mm-hmm.
All other problems just come out of that.
Yeah.
You remember when we do that, we're spending less time in the grocery.
Mm-hmm. Correct.
Yeah. I mean, the ridiculous prices for some of these things, like, yo, nothing can change, you know. It's still put it in the ground, water it, get it big, clean it, make sure it ain't thing, and then come and say. So how today, ginger is $37 for 2 little pieces of ginger. Beetroot, 3 beetroot, and you're watching me to tell me $28.
Yeah.
But then 2 weeks from now, when I go back now, again, 8 beetroot for $22. These people and them, they're mad with these things, boy. They're crazy. They're absolute. What tomatoes?
Yeah, boy.
They're ridiculous with tomatoes, boy. Right? And realizing more and more that I tell them I don't want them call nothing a superfruit again.
Why?
As you call something a superfruit, it's Zabuka price Tobago. Zabuka used to be happening all over people because Zabuka was like, no, you can't find a Zabuka on the ground.
No.
Where you going to find a Zabuka on the ground? A youth man find a Zabuka tree behind and he understand that he's smiling. You understand? It had a Zabuka tree over the court where we used to sweat in. When Zabuka fall, they just push it on the side.
Yeah.
No, if a Zabuka fall, it's racist for that. Because a little Zabuka there, $32.
You know what's the next thing? Sprangers, boy. Where the Sprangers gone, boy?
Yeah, boy, boy. I don't know, boy.
No. Where they go on, boy? You used to have Spranger passing, selling pomarak, passing, selling mango.
If it disappear because less people hooked on the drugs,
great.
But one of the things I don't feel is that, but I feel is the way that everything. You remember a lot of things change.
Yeah.
I feel the Spranger Force changed too. But
the Spranger?
The Spranger Force. I used to call it a Spranger Force when I was growing up. Look back at growing up. Where I grew up there.
Yeah.
We didn't know Sprangers personally.
Yeah. But I had a personal Spranger. You still living on Second Avenue there.
We didn't know Sprangers personally. I talked to them and anything. You understand? They was part of the community still.
Yeah. But a lot of that. But even I think he kind of clean up.
Yeah, I think I don't think all them sprangers die out at the same time. I think plenty of them in the old age clean up,
Yeah.
right? But for me, it's concerning that it have so many young
But the
people.
younger ones different now. Them younger
Yeah,
ones.
but no, but the younger ones not willing to do nothing for it.
Yeah, them in,
So it had sprangers in we time.
it's by
You could
any
have
means
said-
necessary.
You could have said them Miaro for something.
How you mean? Them going and get
Them
up?
finding a way to go Miaro, get and bring it back for you.
Yeah.
Right? But them younger ones and them in walking away.
Why them painting
Them
your
ain't
whole
doing
house?
nothing. Oh God.
Them painting your whole
That's
house.
doing-
Any odd and end that you could get them, brother, them fellas is taking that work.
I see a spranger climb a tree with a cast on his foot. You know.
Bro.
That's one of the absolute greatest thing I ever seen. You know.
Yeah. Well, we had you know Rambo, do you know Rambo?
Rambo.
The spranger
From where?
from everywhere. He used to be all about tongue and thing. He used to rest at Silver.
Probably for sure.
Bro, it had a coconut tree next to mommy there in the empty lot. A day we outside in the back, boy. And Rambo is up in the tree. But the tree real tall, eh?
You're trying to figure out how he eat your-
No, I see him climb up. We
Right.
see him climb up because he had his cutlass in the mouth and he go on up and he reach up and he cut in the coconut and thing, brother, and he meet up some maribonta.
Oh, God.
Hey, oh me, the man didn't even try to come down off the tree now. He jump off the tree now. He just say, hey, poof. Yeah, he break his foot.
And for all of them who know, you know, Maribonta is aggressive.
What? The man come down, he break his foot. I ain't see him after that.
I remember,
Yeah, I think he moved out of the area and he went and get help and whatever and whatever. And then I think eventually he clean up. Because he used to be in the Woodford Square too.
Okay.
Yeah, big, black, strong Rasta.
One of the funniest things my father tell my boy, I just say that,
Mm,
tell me what he partner climb when she take a coconut.
mm,
Coconut or mango.
mm.
And I think a coconut and reach up here, boy. And watching a snake in his face. You see, and this man who voice this boom like it coming from the heavens, all the bass going from the man voice. You know. I say, snake! Snake! Every time I father tell that story, I get a headache, you know. My belly is hot, I laugh. He said, boy, he said, the man about it, and she told him, he said, I go through. Me, I jump off the tree. I go through snake. And I'm trying to tell him, no, boy. Child come on up, but can you imagine? I mean, that's a hell of a thing
To meet her face to face? Not me and
you have no hands to depend yourself because your hand lower down.
tree, yeah.
And a snake watching you in your face, boy.
Yeah. But he just had to give thanks to snake blind.
Boy. You understand?
Yeah.
Some people were saying this morning
Mm.
that the Minister of Finance was saying, and I just paraphrasing because I ain't hear it.
Mm-hmm.
Too much of things free in the hospital.
Mm-hmm.
So they want to start a charge for certain thing and this and that. And I was like, that's why I always tell people, and Jamaica is a real good example of that because they had a businessman as a president and a prime minister, and just go and look up and see how that ended about 10, 15 years ago.
Mm-hmm.
Them, but as them who never struggled in their life,
Yeah.
who come into politics wealthy,
Mm-hmm.
99% of the time, them do make good politicians because they will never connect and understand the people.
The people, yeah.
Right?
And once you not about the people,
And then I want to ask this now, and I want everybody respond who here on now, please. What's the purpose of our government if not to make the lives of the citizens easier, if it means giving them things? So, healthcare, yeah, stop that.
you see,
I don't believe in that the government gives me nothing. The government doesn't give me anything. Because you didn't take the money that you know. When you sit down there, when you stand up there for 8, 9 hours and trim, and then go somewhere and do charity work, that is given. Because you're using the money that you earned via that. Some of that same money that I find again are free given to them free. Yet the government does not give you money. The government gets money from sale of national resources,
Mm-hmm.
collection of taxes,
Mm-hmm.
fines, and all them other ways that the government does make money and all the other
Yeah.
business ventures and things, right?
Yeah.
Nobody in the government that was elected by the citizens of the Republic of Trinidad and Tobago takes money from their salary and the perks that others get
And give it away.
and give it to us. So there's no such thing as free education.
Mm-hmm.
There is absolutely no such thing as free education.
Or free healthcare.
There's no such thing as free healthcare. You find you're giving too much money to health, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I want to meet you halfway for we to have a real discussion. Because you know we're not no journalists here, we're not reporters. Nobody don't ask them nothing. Let me just say you cut healthcare funding by $1 billion. What are you going to do with that $1 billion?
Mm.
The money that you cut
Mm-hmm.
from the fuel subsidy,
Yeah.
where is it being channeled to? I can't remember that they tell us that.
Mm-hmm.
Where is that money being channeled to?
Mm-hmm. But you're saying that the healthcare budget, but you take a big part. Would that be health? You take
don't say it, yeah.
You outside?
You outside eating lunch.
Oh. a big part of the chunk of money you take, you're going on your build a building.
That's an next
And you build a building next door to the hospital
that
and it finished before. It didn't need to build over. What we needed another building for?
No. I'm talking about the hospital.
Fix the hospital. We build a building for the ministry and actually help.
Right. So that was it. Yeah, right. I have no like, look at the size of that building.
And we know very well that building is not no $10, no 10 million.
Birds, I always tell them now, in order for we to have a conversation, so it's not that I'm not giving you a chance to defend yourself.
Mm-hmm.
Will that building ever be at maximum capacity? Look at the size of that building. Is the Ministry of Health employing so many people on an administration level that they needed something like that?
No, they don't.
Is that building sharing with another government agency that is presently renting, so they're going to save the citizens tax money by taking them out of the building that they're renting from, even though it's another ministry, and giving them what if they only need 4 floors for that.
Yeah.
Is it that?
And reallocate the funding to something.
Come on now, man. Then the hospital still billing over.
Yep.
Like to me, that hospital building supposed to be the construction and that's supposed to be 24 hours, 365. I know days of because we talk about a hospital. We talk about your building over the national hospital. You even block off some of the space at the regular hospital. Whereas I was in there earlier this year. And kudos to the nurses and them boy.
Yeah.
I ain't deal with much doctors, kudos to the doctors too, but kudos to the nurses and them boy, like seeing them run around and things, and they're operating in this space and they're doing that. And we always hear about the bad
aspects
of it now. But when you watch them nurses and them that are the whatever put in, you listen to them talk like my partner talking about we partner Saturday telling me about the service that he get in the NICU. Man say exceptional.
Yeah.
Exceptional way.
They know the man sharing my name.
Huh?
They know the man sharing my name.
That's what he telling me. He said when they
come back. It's love, it's pure love.
So that's what I'm saying now. We had a blast and hold them accountable for the shit service. But we also had to real big them up.
Yeah.
When they do, then they give you real good service, boy.
Yeah.
But
a big part of I understand what the mantra that the Minister of Finance is trying to follow, right? But my thing does be, brother, if you're copying, copy properly, right? Because we know it have, what's the name of the country? The wealthiest is a European country, boy. And it was circulating the other day where the transport free education.
Liechtenstein or something.
Yes! Right? Partner, that's how it's supposed to be.
That's why I'm asking you, so what is the...
But we not seeing...
You charge me for everything, right?
Right. On the flip side, it must be I seeing where all our money going.
Oh.
Every morning I going over the bypass to going down. Right? Each part of the bypass that join have a track.
Bam. Bam, bam, bam.
It's not even that again. Now they come and they just put the pitch over it and it's like a hump. So you can't even drive across there at
Smoothly.
60. You have to slow down and
To
take
go
your
back.
time.
Yeah.
Them van men and them loving themselves. Boom, 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 but they're gone. But everybody who drive in car had to take the time and go over because now you're now done inspect we and tell we hey, make sure your vehicle up to scratch. But I had to go in town.
Look, me
Bro,
guys say Finland is another one of them places.
Finland, correct. Them places is first world.
High taxes.
I
They
don't
feel
care.
it because
Tax me, brother, because
come
as long as I
outside.
come outside,
and first things first, the crime is not what we have.
no, we not.
You
It's
trying
not
to
that.
force me on things like medical and thing.
Yeah. And you
But
can't
you ain't
manage
doing
the
nothing
crime.
about crime.
Yeah.
But look,
And you can't manage the crime.
them thing that watch my eyes get highly annoyed, like, yo, not first things first, all they ain't saying nothing about crime.
Mm-hmm.
Everything come out of businessman mouth.
Mm-hmm.
Because I don't see he as a politician, no. He's a businessman.
Yeah.
Everything come out him mouth is about money
Mm-hmm.
and how to get more money.
Yeah.
So I started to wonder, like, some of that money that's going in his personal pocket
Personal
besides
pocket.
his salary.
Yeah.
Because you don't come with nothing
Mm-hmm.
that seemingly will benefit the citizens of the Republic of Trinidad.
And even if it's supposed to benefit, we will not see any benefit. Because you're coming with more and more taxes, right? Bro, it have certain states in the US where you don't pay income tax. So your salary is yours. Right? You go to buy the groceries, you pay a VAT. You go in the gas station, you pay a VAT. You buy a car, you have whatever it is called, motor vehicle taxes, whatever. You buy a house, you have stamp duty. I cool with that. But do not tell me that I paying all them things. I can't even bring in a phone. I bring in a chain. If I want to bring in a little piece of African thing, I paying 7% importation tax, online tax. Right? And then on the online tax, I paying customs duty. I paying.
That is never regulated. Never,
Why them could wake up and decide whoever them feel to charge you, them charging you. But a hat is a hat. I don't care if it's a brand name or it's a no name.
So today the hat could cost you $80 to clear. So next week, the same hat could cost you $140 to clear.
Correct. Because them go online and see the hat and feel the hat is that way you
No, but what I'm saying is, even when that's what I tell you, I try to meet them halfway to show them all shit done.
Yeah.
Even if you go online and think, the receipt and everything showing is the exact same thing that I brought last week.
Yeah. Yeah, we back up. Well, live.
So Mortel say, I saw a sprang and climb down a coconut tree head first. Boy, I might have make me go inside and call that a judge for the day, boy.
Yeah, that ain't no
head first, you say, no?
Yeah, that ain't no joke.
Nah.
That ain't no joke. That ain't no joke.
I Miguel say because they'll have to lock up themselves. Yeah, remember them fellas and them sing that in a song.
Yeah.
They gotta lock up themselves.
Yeah.
And that's the thing about it, yo, all they done making
Black
all their salary is more than probably 80% of the people in Trinidad and Tobago working for. And that's just the base salary. We know the perks and the other things yet. And all they have access. I don't care what nobody say. Don't tell me about this conspiracy theory. All they is go into politics looking average and ugly and in shambles and come out of politics beautiful and well manicured and well tailored and everything. Yo, just do what we have to do. Just do what we have to do.
Do what you have to do. That's all we asking you, brother. Do your part. Do your part. So I am all for running the country a particular way, but the scale must balance. It must be, you're taking health surcharge, I could go in the hospital and get service. You're taking tax, my education system functioning, my police force getting pay, everybody money running. You understand? No, but you're inflating the contract costs, you're inflating the building costs, you're inflating everything because why? All you want to eat all your food. You understand? And then on top of eating all your food now, we still suffering. Right? We still suffering. Nowhere in this country there's manufactured guns. But yet still these youth men and them having some of the biggest and baddest tools out here. and it is doing wreaking havoc right now.
And again, nobody can come out and say the healthcare system running so smooth and nice for you to just jump out yourself and ball, well, it's time for that to pay for it. But we talk about the crime situation and how it affecting us mentally and physically.
Physically, yeah.
But you know, you ain't jumping out and saying nothing
Yeah.
that affecting that.
No.
And that's why I'm saying why I like nobody say. 99% of the time,
Something.
you know.
Nah, it's still connected. Yeah. No.
Oh.
Yeah, jog it on. Yeah.
99% of the time, business people don't make good politicians.
No.
You know,
because
you're
you're in it,
seeing it
you're
different.
not in it. You're not in it for the people. You're in it for the money. And as long as you're in it for the money, you will be that kind of person. You understand? As long as you seeking financial gain from politics, brethren, you serving the wrong purpose.
Get your money, no, don't get me wrong, no, get your, but your salary had to be enough.
That's correct. Yeah.
Because where I work in, my salary had to be enough.
Correct.
Where you work in, your salary had to be enough.
I don't know. I really don't know. But I know what's going on there. Don't drag it down to the end. Yeah. Right? And then the thing is, nobody raising salary. Nobody raising salary, you know.
Food going up. Everything just going up. Food products going up. Going up.
Yeah. So carry it straight to the end. Yeah, leave it right there. Yeah. Everything going up. And then the business people now telling you, well, it's because of this and it's because of that and it's because of the next. It's because of all them things why it is in the situation it's in. And we raising we price because this gone up and that gone up. But the reality is that all your profits done sky freaking high. You understand?
Because we know for sure that all ain't leaving nothing. We all ain't benefiting.
Exactly.
And that is something people outside of the business will have to understand, boy. When we raise our prices, me raise my price just because I want to raise the price to try and make more money. No, I raise my price because transport raise, blank jerseys raise,
material raise.
Yeah, you understand what I'm saying to you?
Yeah.
That is the reason that prices had to raise.
Yeah.
Cloth price raise, the people who sewing the prices raise, everything. You know, and all the other little things that you just have to add into what it is. But we know that them big business and them, they've been doing that long before, and now it's just piling on.
Yeah, close that. Close this. Yeah. I know. But as I say, the thing is that they want to achieve certain things, but you're putting the cart before the horse. You understand? You're putting the cart before the horse. And you can't do that. You have to make sure everything is balanced. Make sure if it is you're taking from here, you're giving back here. You're taking from here, you're giving back here.
Oh, brother, them just make it sound like if I gain you out of my pocket, boy.
No.
And that is why I have a real dread problem with, boy.
Nah, go to your videos, your channel, or your videos. You'll see it there.
Only ain't giving me, boy. The purpose of all is not for the betterment of the country, boy. That can't be right, boy. That can never ever be right. That you talking in this kind of way. You ain't giving me no free education, King.
Yeah. Correct. We hire you to do this work. You click play. Now come out of there. Go up on top there. Yeah, great. Supposed to see go live. No. Go back out. Click this.
I want to click this now.
I click the link over there.
Right.
Yeah. So you're seeing what it is we dealing with. You know what I mean? And then you're putting pressure because imagine in the hospitals it still had doctors who on what is called low compensation. They're not being fully paid as doctors, especially the younger ones coming through right now. But then these men had to stand up and watch you putting up. Forget the hospital where you're billing.
Yeah,
Watch you put up that building and then tell them you don't have money to pay them. But then you want them to do their work. You understand? And then we just watch our big bypass bill for how much ever gazillions of dollars. And then the police and them watching you, well, boy, what you seen with your back pay, boy? The army watching you with, what is you seen with your back pay, boy? All the public servants watching you with the back pay. You understand? So, when you're telling them, you can't vex with the teachers because they have a culture now where teachers making more money from lessons.
Boy, that is another. Anyway, I'll go in there. But I just want to read this. Atkins, blessed day. Atkins say the private sector pharmaceutical companies may be behind that move by the government. They're looking to make more money. And for who don't know, the pharmaceutical industry is a real big, powerful, nasty industry.
Yep.
Yeah. So that is real sense I can say it.
Yeah.
You see this lessons thing? I have a problem with it, boy.
Mm-hmm.
I have a serious problem with lessons. I'm going to clarify that a little bit. I have a serious problem with you telling a child in standard 1 that they need lessons.
Mm-hmm.
What that's saying of the syllabus, your style of teaching, and our inability to realize that there's something not working. Standard 1, yo.
Mm-hmm. Are you listening to that? Standard 1, standard 2, standard 3.
And if you tell me standard 5,
mm-hmm.
I don't even go in standard 4.
Mm-hmm.
Standard 5 and the lessons is strictly about regurgitating
mm-hmm.
what went before.
Mm-hmm.
Right? To help
practice test and
right?
everything. Yeah. As it used to be when we was going to school.
You telling me that these children need lessons in standard 1 and I ask him, so that means the 6 hours that you have them for the day.
Mm-hmm.
And all they're supposedly work on a curriculum that are working then.
Mm-hmm.
Barring that the child have a learning disability, which I haven't come across yet. Barring that the child have a learning disability,
mm-hmm.
how is it that the children, we now talking earlier about wanting the children to be out of the classroom setting more.
Mm-hmm.
But only after 6 hours, they have to go for lessons for another hour in the evening.
Yeah.
Then plenty of we in kind of training them to play and thing after and things. So what is really going on?
Mm-hmm.
Watch when I watching it, even with myself,
yeah,
is how I watching it now.
Yeah.
Right? I don't tell she already, because I know when I tell she, you know, when I tell she on my case.
Yeah.
I don't tell she tomorrow, we're gonna play, you know.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so because yesterday both of us style from the fashion show. Right? I'll tell you what she do.
Mm-mm. Well, when you want to go for one stage?
No, tiredness thing.
Oh, yeah, tell me.
Boy.
You tell me.
Yesterday evening when I go on for she now, I went in there and you see the tiredness now.
Mm.
Yeah, she kept out.
Come down and she.
Yeah, she kept out early last night.
She playing hero.
Right?
But the lessons thing, yeah, what is my problem with the lessons thing? Because you can't tell me our whole class need lessons. that mad thing. Don't tell me no whole class need. And then what are you doing to it? You're teaching certain topics in the lessons. Because you're telling we behind. We behind on the syllabus. right? But you gain me a little bit, and then tell me, well, you go pay my 300 more for come lessons in the 7 o'clock in the morning before school starts, and then your lessons again after school till 4 o'clock or till 5 o'clock.
Yeah, boy, that one pissed me off, boy, when I find out about the lessons in the morning. Like, well, it's serious, boy. What we doing these children, boy?
Certain schools doing that. Certain schools doing that, where they telling
I
children
listening
come
to
to
people
school
defending the, I listen
for
to people
7 o'clock.
defend that.
I not defending that
I
shit.
be like, all they understand what we, like, yo, you imagine that, boy? You going to work, you done questioning your hours, and they tell you have to work an hour earlier and stay an hour later, boy. That's what we doing them training them.
Yep.
When you go and look at them children and them in the class, you could see the restlessness. That's why there is behavior. That's why these courtyard, especially in primary school, there's be the way it is after school.
Yeah.
Children just run out, play on the backyard because they feel like
explosion.
Yes, exactly. That energy. Nothing about that, boy. And then you're forcing children. I am hearing running. Like what? You can't run? Serious? Right? That's what you're doing them. So you imagine that, way.
Yeah.
You had to wake up probably a little earlier because you have to leave earlier to reach the school for 7. To take lessons till 8. Go in class from about 7:30 till 3. And then lessons again from 3 till 4, 5. And then you have to go home and study. I'm not doing my child.
No.
I tell all they can call me what they want. My child is going to school, get the grades that she get from sitting down in the classroom and teaching the way that they teach, because nobody in trying to find out how this batch of trainers learn, and then we have classes for them. So we do the standard ones, right? Like we say 4 standard ones, we do them. All the children that learn visually, we have them in our class. All who is learn by reading, we have them here. But however way that they learn, right?
Separate them, man.
Nah, nobody know about lessons. So they engage for 6 hours. They engage.
No, but they'll get in one.
Yeah, and them. My child going to school. Only thing she's staying back in school to do is extracurricular activity.
Yeah. Because even in we time, when I remember I used to go lessons right by Cedric on that is 9th Avenue Day. When you been off for 5th Day, 9th Avenue, we used to go by a man named Cedric. It was 5 away in the class. I from Success, a girl from Barataria, one from Malik, one from Book, right? I can't remember where the next one come from. But it was 5 children from 5 different schools, because we need the lessons. We need somebody else to teach we a different way than what we getting in school. You understand? So how the same teacher, what teacher me during school when I give me lessons, I'm not going to get it, because we're telling me during the day, I'm not getting it in the evening either. It's the same voice I hear too. So if I don't like you, how I go in and sit up in our class with you for extra 2 hours to get where you try to give me during the day?
So see Crystal, see they know inside, bless her day.
Big up yourself,
Tatiana say, you are 100% correct. We the taxpayers are funding the government. Well, that is the way we're supposed to be putting it right through. Is we funding you. That healthy lifestyle you live in, is we paying for that. Right? Mommy say, while I understand your point, a lot of factors come into play. We discuss some of them factors. So that's why I say, not all children will need lessons.
Of course not.
Right?
Of course not. And you will know your child ability.
Right. A learning disability or just your whole attitude and everything, and you need lessons, that's different. But you will not need lessons from standard 1.
No.
We ain't gain them not, because when you send them that lessons, it's not to send them again in the evening. We're going to send them when you're done lessons is till 4 or 5 o'clock. We're going to do them again.
Yeah.
So we're not exposing the children to nothing more. But then we wonder why they say don't play the game right through. But we kind of programming them to that.
Yeah. But because they need that getaway, they need that unplug from everything else now. You know, and that's why I'm saying I realize that now more than ever, because when I watch, especially my son, I tell him that, I say, bro, you have no deficiencies, When it comes to school, all you need to do is focus. Focus on that at that point in time. You're doing the day, focus on school. When you're done school, focus on basketball. When you come home, focus on whatever you have to focus on. You dig? Don't be in school studying basketball. Then when you reach in basketball, you're studying home. And when you come home, you're studying school. That ain't making no sense. Sit down in class, focus on your class, do what you tell you to do, think. Because he does hardly get homework. And that is how I believe it should be.
Yeah,
After I sit down in school whole day.
Yeah, boy, homework that is.
Because I like that. That is one of the things that Switzerland and Sweden and them implement. If you are in school for the day, from 9 or 8 to 2, 3, whatever the time is, you cannot come home to more homework. You do what you do in school, you learn what you need to learn in school, and that's that.
You can't tell these colonized minds. Imagine the colonizers moving away from the things that they teach plenty of the colonies and enforced in the colonies.
Yeah.
But the colonies and the colonized minds
Yeah.
still hold on to some of them bullshit, boy. Like, absolute bullshit with some of them things. You understand? So your children them come home from in the evening. When last we went and just stop everything and just go and play with them. I just had to fight myself with that. I literally had to fight myself with that.
Why you feel like you're doing something wrong?
I was like, I was doing that just recently. 2 years ago, I was doing that. I mean, things change and everything, but so that's why I tell you, I say, hey, tomorrow we're going so. I know she on my ass as I reach for she tomorrow. Daddy, remember what you say, eh? You understand? So when you think now, you have to keep your word. If you're 8 years old, you didn't tell your father about keep your word.
My dad.
Right? But we had to get them that like I watched too. So the netballers is training in the courtyard of the school right after school. I think them didn't even realize how good that affected the children. All of a sudden, because boys and girls in netball. All of a sudden, real children interested in netball.
Yeah, because that's what happens. That is what happens. The more you expose children to things, is the more they become interested in it.
If you actually, she telling me, I like the netball and I like it, look at it.
That's what it is. And that's why they just tell you, and that's why Geoffrey, and remember when we bring Geoff to talk about sports, he said, make sure you involve them in at least more than one sport. Because you put them in football alone, they don't know if they like cricket, they don't know if they like tennis, they don't know if they like badminton, they don't know if they like basketball. But when you involve them in more than one thing, you start to see the development. They start to look at things differently. They start to process things differently. Because remember, them don't know what them like, you know, until you expose them to it.
As I remember, my sister, I'm telling her, she's son, I'm living all day, she's son. It's like every 2 weeks he want to do something else. So 1 minute is football, next minute is basketball.
Now you gotta run out the fees.
Huh?
You gotta run out the fees. If I pay for the month, you gotta stay there for the month. And when you're done, you go and do something else. I ain't gonna be pelting money left, right, and center, be tying 3, 4, 5 things, man.
Right. Oh, ever long with her, but she say he don't want to do real thing now.
Yeah.
So Tatiana say all money should be used to benefit the population. That's real simple to me. She say because housing, healthcare, and education are fundamental basic rights. Is you want to create healthy, if you want to create healthy, educated, forward-thinking society. And I don't even like the term rights because our right could be taken away. But I know what you mean and I agree with you. I just don't like that term. You're right. Because we know as African people, as black people, they took away rights that's supposed to be. Yeah. Still have
never give it back.
I'm not going to that. Still fighting for some. Yeah. Akisha inside, we call our name just now, Davey.
Oh, finesse.
Right? Miguel say, boy, it has so much I could add to this convoy. Add it now, man. Crystal said, they don't say excellent. They change the routine and play with them on a random weekday after school. Yeah. Motel say, totally agree. The colonial teaching is being perpetuated. That is what is going on. And I listen to these people and them with the tie choking them. Coming to talk to you. You could tell that based on the age at 70-something and 60-something, and you saying certain things, I don't know already that you still hold on to what it is get you there. You don't want nothing to change because you feel that you'll go lost. And that's a big part of it too, you know.
Mm-hmm.
That certain people can't see a certain kind of change because they feel they will lose out.
Yeah. But you would never know. Because even though you might lose, you might still gain.
Miguel say too much the time, don't worry, that's not you going to be able to call in again. Right? But if you feel it's so right, oh God, leave it and move on, let some younger people jump in.
Mm-hmm. Please.
And that is what it is they're not doing, boy. That gatekeeping, that holding on.
Mm-hmm.
You know, that's something that we plagued with in this country when it comes to governance, when it comes to the running of certain institutions and things, especially things that governmental base. Yeah, boy, boy, is a kind of hold on kind of thing that I'm not letting go. Yeah, the prize my dead hand or fight. And that is what it is going on. Because who's the Minister of National Security and Crime spiraling out of control? You're supposed to resign.
And you come in any people in them hospital to talk about it out of hand?
No.
So
No.
So what are you doing about it, boy?
As I was saying to you, so that I say, you imagine you get a man and trim and then realize he get a zog and he come back. You go and stop everything and sit down there. Thing fix up.
Correct.
But you ain't taking no nothing and you supposed to resign. You comfortable with that, boy? The constituency that you belong to, how one of the that elected you, that you representing 4 times them vote you in, that's 20 plus years. Nothing in improving. You comfortable with that, yo? Nah, all you. That is why I tell them, once you electing people that comfortable with that kind of mediocrity and madness, this will continue, boy.
Yep.
This will continue.
Yeah, because we don't know we rights. We don't know we
That's why I say
as a nation.
The constitutional reform as it relates to
campaign financing and them
2 things. Campaign financing, because I have a problem with people contributing hundreds of millions of dollars knowing that they will get back in contracts and things, and we don't know who is them. I want to know everybody that finance a campaign. I want that to be public information, but I also want to have a limit on how much somebody could
give.
Because you can't tell me to, if you're serious about electioneering, your campaigning, right? This is me, and I tell people I'm probably too simple for my own good. Political party meeting, so the most you have to pay for is a stage, speakers, microphones, chairs, tables, water for the crowd. Or they don't even get the crowd nothing.
No, there's good them jerseys.
You understand? Right? Microphones, because they always say microphones, I have a problem with you coming to stand up.
Plural microphones.
Me. Yes. And I can ask no questions. Supposed to have a 3-4 microphone in the crowd. There are people coming up to ask questions. We don't know screening and no questions.
Like how far leaders do it.
No screening and no questions.
Yeah.
Come to ask a question.
Yeah.
If it's an inappropriate question, we'll acknowledge that that is an inappropriate question and we're not dealing with that. Right.
Move on.
They don't have that. Because you know why? They know that people are dissatisfied. So you go up there and you talk all the thing and you rile up people and then you're gone. I can... How a party? How that is a campaign thing, a big speaker. A 40-foot trailer passing around. That last election that pissed me off in the middle of the pandemic.
Yeah.
After 8 in the night.
But how you can campaign during the pandemic when we can't come outside?
Oh. But what you need a 40-foot speaker like Carnival for, we know how expensive that is.
Exactly.
What you need that for?
Yeah.
You know why? Because all they do stand up on nothing like morals, values, and betterment. All they do stand up on that, all they stand up on hype and old talk and bad talk. And talk about people. That is all they stand up on.
Yeah, shop talk. Rum shop talk.
You understand? You can't, when I use the runner of the place, and you can come and field questions in any random community in this country.
Or topic, yeah. Man.
On any random community, at any random community, Use the person that in charge of the place.
Mm-hmm.
You say, yo, we're going Toco next week. We're going Matlot. From Matlot, we're coming down the East West Corridor.
Mm-hmm.
Every village.
Mm-hmm.
Twice for the week. Because I mean, you have other things to do too. I ain't trying to burn out. Twice for the week. So when we start in Matlot, we're going Toco after that. Then the next week we'll go Grandi and Arima after.
Mm-hmm.
Or Valencia. Thing, right? And come down and there's people, if all was honest about being about we have more access to all you.
Mm-hmm.
Use the Prime Minister of the country that was elected in a constituency in the country. And I can't go to the Prime Minister's office, give my name, contact information, everything, that I want a meeting with the Prime Minister. Of course, I ain't expect to be able to, I really not expecting to be able to see it today for today. I can't say today's Tuesday. Next Tuesday, I want to have a meeting with the Prime Minister. What is it regarding? I have no problem with you asking me what it regarding. I have some ideas for the constituency of Sawa Barataria. Don't tell me I'll go to your MP, because I come to you. Right? Thing, for 9 o'clock, we have half an hour. You can get half an hour, no problem.
Yeah.
We can't do that here, boy.
Yeah.
I tell you, I real following that youth man in Burkina Faso.
Burkina Faso,
Oh
yeah.
my word, Ibrahim Toure. Shit.
Traore.
The man say is a transitional government. Elections is on the 1st of July. People come out in the numbers begging the man to stay out. You ever hear protests in our country for somebody to stay in office? Is always to get somebody out.
Yeah.
You know the Western media ain't reporting that.
How they go report it? For we to get strength in Trinidad here?
I tell them
that
is why Thomas Sankara,
the boss,
always be one of my greatest inspirations.
The boss.
When it come to this politics thing. The man say, why we need Benz and BMW and thing? Sell off all of them and buy a common car. You understand? A common car.
Yeah.
Right? You could see we politicians here selling off the luxury vehicles. That Minister of Finance, who just talk to we the way he just talk to we as citizens of the Republic.
Man.
Right?
Doing that.
Then he say, now this is an African country, so there's something that wouldn't be able to be implemented here like that. It would have to be a choice. But he say, yo, all public servants, once you're working for the government and the government paying you, you have to come to work in African clothes.
How you come to work in your traditional way?
As we say.
No, so it could
Yeah.
Because if I East Indian want to come to work in your thing, come to work in your thing, and a Chinese want to come in your thing. You understand me? I have no problem with that. Yeah. I don't for them things.
Right.
You see, but remember, them things used to be noble. Them things used to be noble, but they're not noble again. Teaching used to be noble. Where what you know you come into school to do is not about you. And your salary is a perk. You understand? Same goes to the nurses, same goes to the doctors, same goes to the politicians, the police. You understand? You not coming to work. I hear my brethren telling me, say, boy, them fellas and them who coming in with degree and thing, telling you that certain thing them ain't doing, you know. But you sign up for the work. Were you telling me? And I tell you, sir, in the interview, these are the things that you will need to be doing while you think. You sure you want the job? Yeah, sign up. And then when you come in the work, you telling me what you ain't doing.
Remember that a big part of that too is the fact that you had the ability to do that.
So
to tell your employer you're not doing that.
Well, all right.
How, boy?
Well, all right. When the what you call it? When the response come, you have to deal with it.
Look, Miguel say we against Rasta. Right? Mortel say our fundamental problem towards uniting is sharing and discipline. Once we get that fixed, we can go somewhere. I tell you, it is peeve me because some of the things not so hard, boy, and that is why I realize, at least in Trinidad and Tobago, most of these politicians not on we.
Yeah.
Right?
No
They're
business.
not on we. Right?
No business.
When Thomas Sankara come to power, he say a nation that can't feed itself is slave to who feeding it. So he asked the women to go into agriculture and they responded. Right? Here, somebody in a leadership position here said, plant pineapples. Like if pineapple is something we just consume daily and it could be used as a
It's not
meal.
sustainable, sir.
You understand?
That is not
Plant
sustainable, sir.
pineapples.
Yeah.
We ain't talk about dashing cassava yam. When you do
Green
that,
fig, yeah, none of them
there's
things.
a meal right. Them three things there.
Mm-hmm.
And we ain't talk that, you know. But we talk about plant pineapples.
Mm-hmm.
To what extent to benefit who?
Mm-hmm.
Is it that there's a $1 billion export market already in place for it?
Yeah, that we will benefit from.
Is it that we're going and barter with somebody that when we get them 50 container load of
Pineapple.
pineapples, they give us the equivalent in dashing yam, potatoes, them kind of thing? What?
Mm-hmm.
Plant pineapples, yo.
Yeah. And you went Ghana, you know. You went Ghana, you
But
know.
the talk when they went to Ghana about bringing the containers,
Provision.
we never hear nothing about that again.
Oh.
You understand? Mendoza said have Rasta police in America. Right? Motel say the so-called education system is strictly based on creating so-called educated, well-behaved slaves. Well, Motel, let me go a little further than that, right? Because I agree with it.
Mm-hmm.
And for me, the proof came during COVID.
Mm-hmm.
We locked up in our house, can't go nowhere, can't do nothing. Have 20 minutes in the grocery. You have to line up, and when you go in the grocery, you have 20 minutes. But they force children to go and write CXC.
Mm-hmm.
To do what? Like a CXC graduate was going to save the world from COVID. To do what? Because the system is like in Trinidad, when they say it's like 20,000 children or more writing the CXC every year.
Mm-hmm.
There's 20,000 potential unskilled laborers that go in and do a set of work for you that you could pay them when you want. Otherwise, my biggest advice to the 16-year-olds and the 15 to 17-year-olds writing CXC, and to the parents as well. To the parents, I tell them, don't send your child to work.
Yeah.
After CXC, don't send them to work.
Yeah.
Children, after they write exam, don't go to work. Start to figure out what you want to do. Is either you're academically inclined and you could go back to school to do more academics, or you're going to do some kind of trade or some kind of computer programming, something, or something to make yourself more viable. And one of my biggest things as a parent is to be able to live a certain way that my daughter depend on she at a certain age working so she could provide for the house. I must be in a place where when she done school in the way that it is, up to the age that the thing, is either she want to go back to school or she want to go and do something. I must be able to say it costs 10,000, here, go ahead. Because if my child had to go to work to help me mind a house, then all that they say is a waste of time.
Yeah. Waste of time, sir.
Right? So, yeah, Mortal said doing for ourselves should be fundamentally introduced to the youths. Yeah. Nobody in teaching them now, nobody in telling them now, you know. To how important it is to be able to do for self. I say to them, to groups of people in this country that do for self right through, but they just don't want to talk it because it's a part of the life now. Right? I say, what proof for that? Any grocery that is going, barring you live in deep west, right? How many people of a lighter hue and a straighter hair persuasion you just shop with? You know what I'm saying? I'm saying that to say they don't even have they don't shop with us. We don't bounce them up in the groceries, in the hardwares, or nothing. Yeah. We might bounce them up in certain parties. We go in certain places, might. Yeah. They don't party with us for the most instance, and they do party. They have their own parties, their own fashion shows.
I heard that bingo this weekend.
They own everything, and there's absolutely nothing wrong with that.
Yeah.
You know why we can't do it and talk it like that? Because we can't even see we self-supporting we own like that.
Yeah.
Look what your friend bring up yesterday.
Yeah.
About seeing the nail. When she say she nail tech, what the post say? First we just can't see the elevation of one another and clap genuinely. Gail see she nail tech buy a new house and a new car. She said, well, from the time she buy the house, I know I can't go. I had to stop go there because she living real good.
Yeah.
So your nail tech buy a house And you like, yeah, boy. You like, the stuff good, go. So you were your nail tech be poor.
Yeah.
The next one say when she buy that new car,
That was the enemy.
that was the enemy.
But what's stopping you? What's stopping you from doing something that the nail tech could come and support? Nothing.
No, but that's the thing about it, I not even going that route, because not everybody had the mind or the willingness to get into business. Some of the things we go through, Karen.
I get that.
Me and you.
I get that.
It's a plenty of we friends can go through that running a business with themselves now. As it reach,
right,
them gone.
So here is my thing. Because I could watch you the same way, You're a public servant. You work in ID card office. But 12 o'clock you home? Or 1 o'clock you finish work? Or 2 o'clock? No. You had to reduce your salary. Because you getting paid too much. You understand? It flipped. It flipped. Because now I come by you to get service, and you still telling me I had to wait after I fill out all the forms, take my picture, everything. You still telling me I had to wait 6 weeks before I get my ID card. You getting paid too much money, brother, to do what you doing there? I could look at what you doing because I see this. I've been seeing this conversation across social media where people looking at trying to ascertain. Let me use me as an example. How come is now $100 or $150 or $120 for a haircut? Right? How come? But then I could ask, but how come you making $10,000 a month? How come you getting $15,000 a month to do what you doing? To sit down in our office behind our desk and write on paper, and you getting 15,000? But I standing up on my foot for 12 hours for the day, and you want to watch how much money I making? Or what? Try to understand, how come my money is where it is? But then my machine go down the other day, right? And I had to pelt out $2,000 to buy back a machine to be able to do it in the manner in which I want to do it, in an efficient manner, to make sure that everybody come through my door, get served in under 20 minutes and go. I cannot do that with a $150 machine from PriceMart or a $200 machine from Pennywise. You understand?
And I would always say is only after starting to reason with you on a certain level.
Yeah.
That nobody can come and question about my price.
Come on.
You understand? Because in the earlys, when I was excited by this in a certain way, all you have to call me and say, yo, I want a jersey, boy. I want a black jersey with a red Africa on it, boy. What? All right, okay. When you want that, I wait for Friday, boy. Thing fly down the road, buy a jersey, buy material, stop whatever I'm doing, or stay up later to do a jersey. And then on Friday, I call you, I can't get one again. Boy, well, you know, I had a certain so I can't take.
None of that.
So now, as soon as you call for something, you have to make the bank transfer.
One time.
Right?
If you want it, pay for it.
Nothing happens unless you do that. And I don't take part.
No.
Some, I want all my money up front.
Because now the responsibility is on you.
Right? Well, you know, since I doing that, nobody don't buy thing and forget.
How you forget?
Nobody.
So the money done spent.
Nobody don't order thing and forget. You know?
Brother, let me start to collect my trim money when you book.
Nobody in come in
late way.
Or forget that.
Forget way. I ain't gonna reminder way. But you screenshotting that. What? 3 o'clock Friday? Bet. I'm not missing that appointment because the money done gone. You dig? But we the same people. And that's something I wanted to talk about today. Are we really our own worst enemies?
At times we are. That's
you understand? Because
me making no excuse
about that. Because in the real scheme of things, look, well, I don't know if all you know, but Rootsy take over Scallywag.
Realize.
The big place down Chagramas. When you make the bend with the next to the kayak center, the big wooden place where you could do mini golf and all them things.
Kayak.
Right.
So we used to go on, right as a pass Alcoa.
Yeah, you go, you make the bend.
As a bending by my Alcoa there.
Right. You have a big tower kind of thing, them running there now. So you have mini golf. Brother, but the place real nice.
Look what we know is Rootsy, I don't know.
Correct. So I was telling my friends and them that today. I said, I am going there. Because I know the two people who are involved in it by name, and they look like me. So I'm going there to support them.
Yeah,
And now I could carry my children because it have things for them to do.
Not just that too, but I would have think that would have created, while we could say we would have won wherever we wanted to say about when there was in Maraval, what they created is again, and is what the government does want to choose to get involved in, boy. Like, and so long as it not from that European centered mindset where you're using your colonial mind to see it, the government don't back it, boy. Right? But that was, to me, that was something for to be backed, to be pushed, and to be expanded into more communities. Right? What I experienced in Utah, both as a visitor and as a vendor, I can't get enough, boys. So Rootside is a place where I look like now. I'm looking forward to going down there. First things first, I want to go back first as a visitor. Because I want to go down there for 2-3 hours and just
feel the vibes.
Not just feel the vibes, I want to know the vibes is. I want to experience that vibes with all. I've been to study a stall and try to sell, and I just want to experience that vibe and eat some of the food that is selling there and just rock back and relax and try and go spin some tune and yeah. But we need that but you notice it come further away from us.
Yeah.
But we need that in we communities to help bring back a sense of peacefulness, not peace.
Yeah.
Peacefulness. One thing I tell people I learn from living in different places in this country. It have a difference between a place being peaceful and a place being quiet. It have a real big difference. When it's at peace and you're walking, you just feel it. When it's quiet, you just be uneasy.
Yeah.
It have a real big difference.
Quietness is be eerie.
Yeah.
It's be eerie.
Quiet. Motel, I go read your last comment first. Motel say, what does it mean when you are overqualified if education is the key? And he say, I could be wrong, but it seems like the government don't have a plan for the youths. Yes, it's up to the youths themselves, but what are the options? And that's what we are talking about.
Of course. And that's why right now, partner, I have to give Jack the jacket when it comes to certain things. Because I just jam him when he's not doing what he's supposed to do. But you see the Ministry of Youth, I have to give them their props because they're doing a lot.
Right.
When I tell you a lot, a lot. It didn't have nothing you can't do right now with them. Right? Because they're working with MIC, they're working with Serval, and all the trades to come up with different programs. They have CRISP, which is the AC one. They have YAP, which is the Youth Agriculture Homestead program where they're giving you land. Right? So you're getting at I think it's an acre. You're getting. And you could build a house on it and farm the rest. That's been around. Right? That started coming out of COVID. Then it have the plumbing one. I can't remember the name of Leap. No. Steep. I think that one is the name of the plumbing one. Then I have another agricultural one where you actually just come in to learn how to do agriculture.
Right.
Right? It have plenty things. So and the thing is they're not waiting for you to come. They have the caravan where they go in different areas. They went Beetham, they went Belmont, they went Dago, they went Carnage, they went La Joqueta, Santa Cruz. They've been around, right? Where you could come to them. And the people who you have all these programs with, taking your information and signing you up one time. And most of these programs have stipends. You understand? So I cannot accept where people saying, hey, it's not nothing for the youth to do again. Because as a parent, your responsibility is also to look for something for your child to do. Especially if they're not academically inclined.
All I want them to do with them programs is advertise them a little more. Right?
Nobody there. The advertising there. Because I gain them things in groups, you know. WhatsApp chat. I gain them thing on WhatsApp chat.
Reach my page.
Serious? Nah, them thing. But that's algorithms too. Remember the algorithms handling that different too.
But I'm gonna tell you something I had always liked, right? MIC boy.
Yeah.
And I remember going to the where's the building name next to Success?
The customs, where customs one now?
Yeah,
Lamantel Technical Institute.
I remember going in there, a company I was working for, I went to do some work in there. And ball blow mind thing when I went and see the kind of thing it had inside of there.
Yeah.
I be like, yeah, it's supposed to be full. Yo, some of the thing them teaching you there, them is thing to make good money living from, boy.
Brother, people making excuses too.
Right? So from that aspect, but MIC, simply because I know a few welders, or at that time I know people who just getting into welding and thing, and that was one of the main things by MIC now.
Yeah. CCC is a big thing now.
Right?
Civilian conservation.
Yeah.
Them is a big part of that movement too, because it's them, Serval, MIC, not Nihus, what's the name of that next one, but I always forget the name of the place, you know, boy.
Let me tell you one of them that they had changed.
NTA, National Training Agency.
They had changed, and I'd never agree. I'd never agree to change because we know well people who went there and come out of there. You see, John D.
Right.
They were supposed to keep that name.
John Dickinson Technical Institute.
Right? They were supposed to keep that name because that name used to attract people.
John Donaldson. Sorry.
John Donaldson. I know a lot of people went there.
Yeah, because of the name.
Yes, and come out and living by what they learned there.
A big part of that is the children, eh? The children of John Donaldson is who done away with that. You know that?
No, but I don't know.
No, that is what happened. Them they fall under UTT now.
Right.
And they kind of just absorb, they fall into that, and that is what it is. You understand?
I know what in the Mendoza said those programs are just to say that they did it at the end of the physical year, and the children who access it are the ones who already into positive things. They don't teach the real ghetto youth. No, Sheldon, here I want to ask you.
No, I don't agree with that.
I want to ask you how to reach the so-called real ghetto youth. And I get them on only because I am in a lot of community WhatsApp groups like the karate schools and the village council, etc. But they don't do any real advertising in the community.
Nah, I can't. No.
What I want to ask you is, how do you reach the so-called real ghetto youth?
Because a big part of that now is when them had to bring that caravan up there in them so-called hot zones and things, right? Where man shooting for fun. You're talking about, you're asking people who are not from those areas, which is what success suffering from right now. You're asking people who are not from those areas, who are not invested in those areas, to come into that area to talk to these children and them who supposedly interested. You understand? How? I don't agree with that advertising thing. I don't agree with that, because them fellas and them on all the morning programs, remember not dealing that. He does be reaching here late on a Friday morning because of that. Always on the radio, different radio station. If he on Boom, he on 96, he on 97, 96.7, he on all the urban radio stations where them youths listen to. He does be there. And he working with Voice, Penny, Ding Dong. They just have, when they have the youth on stage, the free concert where they just show every now and again. They have a next one. Our next one just went a weekend ago. Right? I mean, what else you want?
Montel say CCC still around. Wow, Bonjana came out of CCC. Very good program.
CCC right on 5th Street here now.
Yeah. What are you doing, CCC, Montel? Miguel says Serval produced some of the best chef in the Caribbean.
Come on.
Right? Yeah, we know Serval. But at that time, Serval wasn't easy to get in.
Yeah.
At least the one down on the beat
on the beat yeah, you couldn't get in there.
That wasn't easy to get in.
You gotta get reference and things to go in there.
Mendoza say, I was in the last caravan and enterprise with Foster Cummins, so I am talking from our experience. There was no community outreach. They reached out to the NGOs and then just brought their members. Right? So that was, well, for me.
No, but then what your council are doing?
I could only talk about, as I say, the algorithm. For me and see none of them things. The only reason I know about it is from him talking it here with you and one or two other people.
Right.
And while I like the initiative, the first thing I say, even before Mendoza, say that I want it to be advertised more, because even if it's not reaching my algorithm, it's still have a way for it to reach my, like, we used to get white tip thing on paper.
Yeah. Well, let me say something. As somebody who grew up in an area that is one of the quote unquote worst areas in the country, right? A lot of what is happening is to the detriment of the people. You understand? Brother, I born and grow in Laventille. And it has certain parts of Laventille you're not getting me to go. You understand? Because how am I reaching a youth from Mangoros?
There's why I'm asking, how do you, because this is one of the things where I do have an answer for.
Yeah.
Right?
But then in the schools too, they come in and they go into the schools and they're doing those things, those outreach programs in the schools and them. The children don't care. They're not interested in that. Them children and them studying zest, them studying Trinidad, them studying hose. Right now, look, my brother told me last night he gone to a school to deal with our outreach. While he is there, a Form 1 stab a Form 3 for porn. Because apparently she sent him pictures or whatever and he leak it or whatever. Who controlling them things?
So here we say, right? You say, those youths are not coming out to those events. I have all the pictures and videos to prove it.
Why?
And I spoke to Chris Robinson, who organized it, and he admits that also.
But why? King, you see, it have a part of this conversation that we don't want to be honest with ourselves about. Right? Because plenty of these children involved in this dog shit, this 6 and 7 and 8 and thing, caca whole thing, in school. These children are becoming gang members in the school. Right? I am not accepting them excuses. Them thing is excuses, Sheldon. And here's my brethren King. That is an excuse for me because they know why they cannot come out. They know what they're coming out to do. Risk getting bullet. It's daylight they're killing people now, King. So what you telling me I go and take that risk? Nobody doing that. Even if I want to do it, I cannot do it. You know why? Because I alignment with 2-3 brethren who belong to the gang. And them know I is line with them. So I can't go there because where the people and them come in is a 6 zone or is a 7 zone. And then the counselors and them involved with the bad man and them too. You understand me? The counselors and them in bed with the gangsters and them. Right? Because the gangsters and them still come into them and sit down and reason. So where the middle ground is? Because the youths being affected. Whether we want to laugh, cry, agree, the youths are being affected. You understand? And it have you to want to go, but cannot. It have youths that want to go that cannot go.
So we're going to go through some of the comments there because we time
running. Yeah, go ahead.
Say, well, more than ask Mortal, what you do in CCC? So I did everything in CCC. I played basketball and perform, learn survival training. No, Mortal is one of the baddest on the court, boy. I hear about you, boy. I never see you play, but I hear about you. Right? So Mendoza say, but those are the youths that need it. Mortal say I was the captain for CCC basketball team. Mendoza say so. Then the program's not reaching who it's supposed to reach, and that's the point I'm making.
That is not a fair.
It is the reality, not an excuse.
No, that is not a fair assessment because you cannot say that the program is not reaching the children if the children cannot go. You can't say that. I could say, because I grew up in a part of Laventille, Norway, I could have went and go and do certain things. But it wasn't how it was then. You understand? This situation will be in here real, King.
Mortel say, I agree, the crime situation is a hindrance to progress. So,
but look, Sandy come Saturday and tell we that.
Just now, yeah, well, it now hit my right? How do we bridge what Mendoza saying to level off with what you saying? Because both sides have marriage, right?
Of course.
Because Mortel comment is what hit my that point. He say, I agree, the crime situation is a hindrance to the progress. Because as I say, certain people can't go certain parts of the community. Right?
Yeah.
The parts of the community that the program might be in, they can't go. Not that they don't want to. how do we reach that? Because that is a real big problem now. Not, I mean, remember when I say any the people and them talking on the next program saying the child living here is the easiest part to go to school is to just walk down the road and go to school, and they can't do that. They have to go and make all the wrongs, pay extra money or work extra to go to school because they're living in a place where this one don't like that one, and if you, it's possible that because you living up there, even though you're not involved in nothing, and that could also be a hindrance.
And that is why I say what I say, because I want to tie it right back into this jackass white man who come here the other day perpetrating, but he come to expose what you come to expose, right? And these young fellas and them talking and saying, we defending we territory. From who, boy? And from what, boy?
So yeah, Miguel say Yui produces one of the top engineers in the field of mechanical pump fluid dynamics. Guess who that is? You know that, Miguel, right?
Yeah.
Right? Big up yourself, Miguel.
Nah, pat your back, brother.
Somebody kind of work I see Miguel doing.
Yeah.
Ay.
Gotta pat your back, brother. Right? Full kudos.
Mendoza say, I'm just letting you know that the program is not helping the ones who really needs it. Mortel say, I also agree with Sheldon with the tokenism syndrome. We know that tokenism is a real thing here. Right? Mendoza say, you still have to find a way to reach them. If you are not reaching them, you are not doing what you set out to do. So, and that is what I'm saying about the bridge. Because I agree with that totally, but Mortel comment make me realize it is more than one now. You see what I say? Like the same thing I say about Mendoza. He said that man is a CIA operative. He was not a SA.
Yeah, come on.
Who have eyes to see will see. I say that, but I say, oh, yeah, I can't be no just so boy.
Yeah,
just like how some people say, social media was designed for we to get them information, which make real sense. You same thing, you know, you send this white, I'll tell you plenty, we still under that white savior complex, eh?
Yeah.
I listened to some people defend that this morning.
And the bad man and them is him too, because we're not him, but them fellas and them chip because all they running and whining for he and giving he all the information and sitting down and talking with he. And then sooner or later, I'm going to be surprised that they start to hear all of them falling.
Diarrhea, you understand?
Diarrhea. You call it one done get corner idea?
Diarrhea information, yo.
But I'm saying this. I hear that, and I've been hearing that, right? But at what point? Because we cannot, let me be real, and we cannot reason with these gunmen and them, these bad men and them. We can't even go to the heads on them and say, boy, fellas, hey, what's going on now, dog?
Just hold it.
Cool it. We bring in the caravan, we want the youths and them, but who the fuck? Dog, them youths and them cannot go there because them is the men youths. Them fellas working for them. So we go and remove them foot soldiers. Really? No, Ken. We could say, we could try to make it seem utopian as much as we want.
I'll go back to Jaja Onilo boy. Wanting to do a spiritual cleanse in Laventille before he had passed. I don't know who had
the balls to do it.
The stones to do it now. But I remember.
No, but the kind of magic I hear, they just work. When Dale was here, they telling me that house and me. Remember he say the man gave mango leaf. So if you had to cover yourself,
we have to do them thing. It had to go back to it. Have to go back to. I keep telling them, you know. I keep asking plenty of these elders and them when I meet them, like, why? At that time, they'll tell you, don't even touch a leaf, don't even take a plant from that person's yard because the magic so strong, everything well protected. You where all that magic gone, where all that powerful obia gone, that is only we using it for we self now. We go and we do thing, all right, but where that gone? And maybe it's time to come out of we palace, come out of we shrines, and start to get involved more.
No, but that's what it is, King, because is the same thing happening with all the church and them. Look, I talking to your mother recently, and she say, Pastor said the same thing. Everybody coming to church Sunday in the building, and everybody safe in the building, everybody pray for themselves in the building, and then they go home. And then the community suffering, the children dying, right? And the people who supposedly is the spiritual leaders in the country, whether whatever sect you belong to.
Mortel say right true, the root boys using magic too, of course.
Exactly. So I'm saying,
And this is my problem with it right now. That's why I just have to just hold my corner and do my magic for myself.
Mm-hmm.
Unfortunately, the magic is available to the highest bidder.
But
Whereas
that shit.
long time, you could have go to somebody to do something, right?
Yeah, and them tell you
And
no.
from the time you think, them tell you no.
Me doing that.
Yeah, not for that.
Yeah.
No. But now you can pay people. And some of it is people who learn the thing,
Mm-hmm.
they inherit it.
Mm-hmm.
Because some of these things,
Mm-hmm.
nobody can teach it other than a family member.
Okay.
You understand? It has certain things passed down
Yeah.
genetically now. Just like we can pass down diseases, it has certain things passed down genetically now. And then it has some people just go that route now, like, yeah, we go pay for it. Who I selling it, whoever white, come by me.
Mm-hmm.
And that is what we have going on right now. That is, I tell people, this is much more than just physical thing a man do, like man and kill man.
Yeah.
This is real spirituality.
Yeah.
That's why I just always remember Baba and Modupe father wanting to do a smoke out in love until a spiritual cleansing love until not no hallelujah thing.
Yeah. It needed. But a part of, as you said just now, a big part of it is everybody understanding the responsibility. Because you can't tell me you have a shrine in an area, but you're not going and talk to none of these fellas. You cannot go and talk to none of them. Them fellas also know you and fear you. Like long time.
That's not them so no there, but then there's nobody going to interfere with them or nothing. They just not going to.
Nah,
that's a big we had to dive in for. I will reach out to one or two elders and see who willing to come and.
Yeah, like we bring them and we talk with them.
And talk that. But always that time watching Jet Sharin falling here.
Yeah.
And I have to go for the little one.
Yeah.
You know, nothing no chum that now. Right? So always good discussion, always open forum, always
peace, love, and prosperity.
Right? More life in good health.
Mm-hmm.
More life in good health. Everybody. Yeah, mortal is no Jaja personal now.
Mm-hmm.
Right? Yes, Jaja always say that's what was needed. I really firmly accept that today. Yeah, Mendoza, thank you. It's a great show.
Yeah, but don't know. Love in the house and don't mistake my passion for anger.
More life in good health.
Yeah.
Remember, love is an action word.
Support is an action word.
Let we play with children more. They will never be too big for it.
Correct.
Right? Or be safe out there. The roads wet in some places. Be safe. And we go bounce it all again next week.
Next week Tuesday. Or let's stay tuned because we have a big one next week Tuesday.
Yeah.
We bringing Shy from the 1970 Black Power exhibition. Yeah, we bringing him to talk to me about it. So let's stay tuned.
Right, so peace and love. Goodness.